Hello Vlogmas, welcome back. We're getting there cold-wise. I'm starting to feel back to normal. I just have the voice, it's just the voice and we're just gonna keep going. And I've tried to actually make myself look nice today to try and get me in the right mood. So what are we on video for? I think we're on video 4 of Vlogmas. And yeah, I'm so glad I'm doing this in October. I generally do not know how people do this in December and just do it every day. Like, those people are actually crazy. The type A personality in me needs to have this down. Yeah, that's why I'm still in October. So hopefully by next weekend, when I'll be filming again, I'll be all right. I'll be better. So I thought I'd talk today. I thought I'd broach on the topic of feeling resentful for happy couples, because as you know, when it's Christmas just exacerbates anything that you're feeling. It's possible to feel this all year round, but I definitely feel at Christmas, it's the happy couples that tend to come out. And ironically, the week I'm filming this, obviously I've told you it's in October, is when Will Smith and Jada Smith have just announced they've been separated for like 6 or 7 years. And that in itself is crazy, that they've just kept the charade up for all that time and they've been separate the whole time. And that's one thing I thought I would broach on with regards to happy couples, is the fact that you never know what is going on in anyone's life. Even to some extent, people don't really know what's going on in my life. I mean, I am such an open book. I mean, I'm probably too open, to be honest. But even I keep stuff back, and I keep stuff back if I'm feeling down, and I keep back certain insecurities I have. So in the same way, you're never going to know what is going through any couple's mind at that exact time. If you're single, or if you've been single a long time, it's often really easy to get caught in this mindset of being resentful. And I'm definitely going through a period at the moment of being really resentful of couples, being really resentful of even friends that are in couples. It's not that it's really difficult to describe. It's not that I'm jealous or I'm annoyed at them. It's just that I want what they've got. And it can be difficult when you see people that are projecting a really happy image, that their life is perfect, that they're in this couple bubble and their life is perfect, they have so much fun, etc. But the irony is you're still going to get issues, even if you're in a relationship or not. Having a relationship doesn't stop you from having the dramas of everyday life. It doesn't stop you from the work dramas. It doesn't stop you from your insecurities, the feelings you have of not enough. They don't suddenly all stop just being in a relationship. And it's almost as if when the shoe's on the other foot, we almost feel that someone in a relationship has it better. And that's what it can feel like. It can feel like, well, they're in a relationship, that means their life is automatically better. And you have to think to yourself, why are you thinking that? I mean, I was getting to the point where I was literally okay being single. And I generally felt like, yeah, I'm okay being single now. I'm focusing on my goals, I'm fine. And then I had that little blip when I got sick. Because when I get sick, that's when the insecurities come back. That's when I'm sick, I can't leave the house, there's no one there. There's no one there to help me. That's when those feelings creep in of, I am alone, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a husband, I don't have anyone to help me. And I had to sit and think to myself and think, it's not the fact that you don't necessarily have a boyfriend, it's the fact that you feel like there's not anyone there to help you. And that's why it's triggering up those feelings, because at that time, it was just unfortunate. My parents were on holiday and luckily I had my brother around me to help me out and I was okay. And I thought to myself, that's why I struggled more previously when I had COVID, when I lived further away from my family, that's when it took more of a toll on me because I didn't have anyone to help me. Whereas this time I had my brother around me and I could bounce back more quickly. For me, it was identifying that it wasn't necessarily not the boyfriend, it was the feeling that there was no one to help me. And that's what I had to identify and draw down on, because I always feel, partly it's my fault, but I don't possibly have those friends that would drop stuff and help me. And part of that is my fault because I've moved around a lot. I haven't nurtured friendships. And I think in general, I am quite a closed off person. Because of the things that have happened to me in my life, I don't let people in. And that is just a me thing. That is why I do struggle with friendships in general. I struggle to trust people. I struggle to let people in. And that's really what I had to identify when I was sick, is this feeling of almost that a partner trumps everything. I think that's why we value relationships above every other friendship. And this lovely lady in the comments was saying the same thing. It's that when you have a partner, it's that fallback person. It's that fallback person that will always help you, that person that will help you when you're sick, that person that will be there through everything. When you're single, you don't necessarily have that. And then sometimes I go into these like head spins where I think, when my parents die, like, what am I going to do? Because I rely on my parents and my family so much. And then if I don't have a partner, that's when it kicks in. That's why I don't produce the content that says, oh yeah, you can be happy single. Because I think you can up to a point, but you have to be realistic in the fact that as you get older, you're going to need people to help you and to look after you. And if you haven't got that support network, that's when it's really going to be tough. So I think all these feelings manifest and we tend to project them onto other couples. It's not that we hate the other couples. It's the fact that we don't have what these people have. And that's why we can project onto people. That's why people project onto me in the comments, is because they're just not happy in their life. So they project onto me. So what can you do when you feel these feelings? Because I think, first of all, it's okay to realise that you are jealous. It is a completely normal feeling to feel jealous of people that have what you want. And especially at Christmas, we want to be in a couple. We want the cute coupley time, going around the Christmas markets, having someone to buy stuff for, and generally just having someone there. And I think how can I put it? It just makes Christmas from being like this experience to a more expansive experience of a happier time, I guess. I try and just see it as it is like a season. It is just a period in my life, and I try and focus on other things such as my family, etc. And that's how I tend to get through it. But I also think, in the same light, that we have to remember that not all couples are equal. I remember I used to talk for like a few years ago. I used to talk about this concept of, for being a woman, the relationship is seen as the pinnacle of being a woman. Still, even now, no matter how much I've achieved in my life, people still look down on me. Like, relatives look down on me, probably like friends, colleagues, like they won't say it, but they'll look down on me because I haven't got a family, because I'm not married. And definitely for women, being a wife and mother is still seen as being the pinnacle of being a woman and of femininity. I guess like what I'm here to show people and why I make videos is that it doesn't have to be like that for everyone. There's a lot on the internet at the moment from certain parts of the internet that are pushing this narrative that the only way for a female to be is married and with children. And if you don't fall into that trap, you've somehow failed and you're miserable and you're on antidepressants and you're living a really unfulfilled existence. And I can honestly say that the last, kind of couple of years where I've been doing my channel has been the most fulfilled I've ever been as a person. It's been the happiest, I've ever been as a person, like having a purpose and pushing forward. When I was in my 20s just trying to get a boyfriend, I was literally so unfulfilled, so miserable. I was constantly on this roller coaster of trying to find a boyfriend, and it just left me exhausted, and just the knockback after knockback of not being able to find anyone. Whereas now I still feel those feelings and I still experience, the rejection of life, but I always have this to focus on and fall back on, and it is my safety net for times when I do feel down, times when I do feel like, where's my life going? I have a purpose that lives outside of being a wife and a mother. And that's not saying that all like single women are saying that this is better than motherhood. We're just saying that this is an option for people if they can't find the person they want to be with. I mean, people think that I'm just this like mad feminist, but the irony is, like, I would do this and have a relationship. This is just something that I do for me. And I don't know where this narrative comes from, that if you're strong and independent, you're putting down motherhood and you're saying that's not the way to be. I'm just saying, no, this is the way for me. It's the way that I cope with the feelings I feel, and the feelings I feel of not being with someone. And I generally think it's a more productive way to be than pushing hate onto other people and just blaming other members of society. Because when you're seeing these happy couples, you're only seeing one side. You're only seeing the side they choose to show you. You're only seeing the matching pajamas at Christmas. You're only seeing the, oh wow, look what he got me for Christmas. And women that do this, it's generally a form of cope. It generally is, because I generally feel that if you are a happy and fulfilled person, you do not need to put your life online. Like, that is my opinion. Like, my Instagram is purely business only when I release a video. I like that nobody knows what I'm doing. Like, for me, that's what I like. I'll probably never be in the category of influencer because it just generally isn't in me. I know I'm not probably going to have millions and millions of subscribers because I don't tie into that Instagram life of reels and photo shoots. It's just generally not me. I'm not a flashy, showy person. This is like a cathartic endeavour that I do, and hopefully at one point it will spiral into something else, and I have ideas that I want it to be, that I keep private, because I don't want to be the person that says what I want to do and then it doesn't happen. So for me, it's a business, and I generally think that people that have to show their life like that on Instagram, they're missing something in their heart generally, that they have to show their life to people. I mean, we didn't do this thousands of years ago, did we? It's a relatively new thing of people both showing all their worth and thinking, if I have a lot of subscribers, if I have this amazing life, look at me at all these parties, it somehow means that I'm better than other people. And sometimes I get caught into that trap of thinking, is my channel shit because I have 400 subscribers? How does my work change? Say if I got 10,000 subscribers, does that mean that my work's suddenly better because more people have subscribed? Does the fact that I have 400 subscribers mean that all my work's shit, all my opinions are shit? Because I don't have that blue tick of saying, yeah, you're good enough. So even I get caught into that trap of the numbers and thinking that the numbers mean that you're superior than everyone else. Even I get caught into that trap. But there is the other thing that we have to broach on, is that sometimes people are in a relationship because they don't have a purpose and they don't have a career. Because when you go to a party, someone can say, what do you do? And you can say, I'm a wife and a mum. Whereas when I go to a party, I'm like, I do this, I have this job, I do this. And it's more about me. Whereas some people, if they generally don't have a purpose, they can almost sit behind that cushion of, oh, I'm a parent. And people just go, oh, okay then. And they don't pry anymore. For a female, it's acceptable. But ironically, you wouldn't get that for a man. You'd never get a man at a party and you'd go, oh, what do you do? And they go, I'm a dad. Like, for a man, that would be career suicide. To just be like, oh, I'm a dad. Like, that would not be acceptable for a man. For a man would always lead with, this is my job, this is the business I have, etc. But it's almost acceptable for a woman to be like, oh, I chose to be a mum. So sometimes women do generally hide behind that because they don't have a purpose. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong at all. Like, I'm saying that women have a choice to do that. If they want to go down that path of motherhood, or if they want to go down that career path. That is the whole point of feminism, is women choosing the path for them and not judging women for that path they choose. That is the whole point of feminism. It's just got tied in at the moment of being man-hating and saying that one path is better than the other. It's not. It's just saying that you choose the path that you want to choose, basically. So I guess ultimately, to wrap this up, you have to think about why you are feeling resentful. Are you feeling resentful because you're not happy in your own career? Are you feeling resentful because you really want love and you haven't got someone? And then you can sit and think, well, if I am unhappy for this reason, okay, I'll put myself in a dating app, I'll put myself out there, I'll, change my hair, I'll maybe get my body where I want it to be, and then I'll really try and go out there and try and find love, because that's what this is kicking up for me inside. Seeing happy couples is making me realise that I want a relationship, and I'm at that time where I want to share my life with someone. Or similarly, is it just a response to the fact that you're feeling like a bit lost and you don't have the big enough friendship circle that you want? Is that maybe why it's kicking up resentment for you? Because having a boyfriend is ultimately, it's a safety net. For a lot of women, having a boyfriend is a safety net. It's the always having someone there on the Friday and Saturday night. You don't have to nurture female friendships because there's someone constantly there and there's someone you can constantly rely on. Maybe it's kicking up those feelings for you. Or in the same way, are you just projecting onto happy couples because you're not where you want to be in your career? And maybe if you were where you wanted to be in your career, maybe you'd feel more happy and you'd feel that you were just fulfilling your dreams. And maybe that's what you need to focus on. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be personal feelings of why are you feeling this way. It's going to be individual to you. Similarly, is it just because it's Christmas? Is it for you? Is it a temporary thing? Is it a thing that's just linked to December? And then you can just sit with that feeling and you can move on. And for some people, it literally just is a situational thing. They fucking can't stand happy couples. They're resentful and then move on. So that's what I'd encourage you to do, is to really think about individually to you, why do you feel resentful of happy couples? And yeah, this bitch has got to work on it too, because I've been getting a bit resentful too recently. And that is okay. It's completely normal. On this channel, it's important to feel all your feelings. And if you're feeling that at this point, that is completely fine and that is okay. And I just want people to feel their feelings. The only thing I would say is to not go out there and put hate into the world. Because at the end of the day, if you go out there with this hateful energy, writing snarky comments and just being mean, it only affects you at the end of the day, because it can potentially stop the person that you're meant to be with from finding you attractive, because that person will think, oh, this girl's, hot or pretty, but she's got a bit of a bad attitude. And I don't really want to be around that. I want to be around a nice person. I want to be around a nice, caring person. And she's showing a side to her that I don't find attractive because she's putting out nasty stuff online. And I did think about that in some of my videos. I was thinking, yeah, my videos are clickbaity, like designed to pick up views, but maybe someone's watching that and thinking, oh, she's being a bit mean. She's not showing a nice side to her character, and I don't like that. And I did think about that. So that's what you got to think about, people. The energy that you're putting out can potentially be stopping you from finding the right person. So I definitely would encourage you to just, even if you are resentful of the happy couples, to just try and put out the nice energy still. You can block them, you can mute them, and just move on with your life and concentrate with making the Christmas happy for you. Even if you're single and sad and fucking lonely like me, like we got this. We're here together. We've got Vlogmas. We've got Vlogmas to get us through. We're going to be okay. And my voice, like, I swear I'm literally not even going to be left with a voice if I keep filming. So yeah, happy Vlogmas everyone. I'll see you soon. Take care.